Go around. Go around. Go around. Go around. Oh, wow. Woohoo! What the heck? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I have no clue what happened. Hi there, what's up? I'm Sark, and I've played the game for a while, so I thought now is a good time to shed some light on where we are with Battlefield 2042. Maybe some of you have tried it, maybe some of you are thinking about buying it. Regardless, I hope this video will help you with a choice, or if you already bought it, maybe this video can give you some ideas of all the crazy stuff you can do. Maybe it can just be some consolidation that you are not alone experiencing bugs. I'm going to mention maybe a few bugs, but in general there are a lot of them. And it's easy to get bogged down and tilt because of it. Well, that is what it is. Let's focus a little bit more on the decisions made with the game and the changes done since the beta. After all, in this phase of development, bugs will get fixed. At least most of them. The decisions of the game, however, they may hang around for a while. There are in particular two things that DICE really needs to fix for this game to succeed, and I'll get back to them later. I should also mention that I'm not going to talk anything about Hazard Zone or Portal, since my friends mentioned lack of players, especially for Portal, haven't given it a real shot yet. This is all-out warfare that we are talking about, the bread and butter of Battlefield for the last 2 decades. Battlefield 2042 is unlike any other Battlefield before. With that said, it's not the most drastic changes made by DICE to the series. It's not the new Battlefield heroes or anything like that, but most things in the game is at least tweaked, and things like classes are more or less gone. For me, the decision about switching classes in favor of specialists isn't that dramatic. In a way, classes are very present, as the 4 loadouts are called the old class names: Assault, Engineer, Support and Recon. You can of course choose to customize these loadouts as you wish, but essentially the specialist is just another tool that you can choose, much like your weapon or your gadget. Come to think about it, I actually like the specialists, or rather their abilities. I continuously make bad decisions of when to pick a different ability, but I really like the option of a wingsuit, a grapple hook, the smart nades, even the syringe gun now that DICE has tweaked it for a second time. There are also a few different skins to choose from. What is a bit of an issue though is that the marker for friend or foe is not that apparent. Sometimes it bugs. And I promise, once your entire team believes that you are an enemy, it doesn't directly hurt you, but when 20 or 30 players are firing on you from all angles, it's very hard to distinguish friend from foe, based on sound. Being able to fully customize loadouts and weapons, using the plus system and just about everything there is quite nice. When you start, there isn't really that many weapons to pick from, and the assault rifle is completely nerfed into something that's not entirely useless. On the other hand, the sniper rifle has been buffed quite a lot, so sniping is fun again. As long as you don't use your gadgets, because that tends to bug the zoom sight, changing it from 6 times to 1.25 times. Then you need to change sight, aim and change back again. One really good thing is that DICE has been fairly reactive towards feedback, for instance by removing and reworking Dose's shield. It just got released again, so I haven't had time to try it out yet. This is essential for the game, that DICE remains open to feedback and acts and try new things, or at least tweak what is already there. Because the game is there. It can be great. Right now, despite all the bugs, it's only fun and good, but it could really be great. I just want to briefly mention the flow of the game. It's very hard to judge when everyone is new. It takes some time for it to settle, so don't get too hung up with it. There is so much new stuff going on for everyone, so wait a few weeks. But for me, it's clearly different from previous titles. It's not like it's bad in any way, it's just different. Alright, so here is what DICE actually needs to fix, or this won't work. Like not work at all. First and foremost, it's the question of performance. It's a matter that has been reiterated by players all the way since the beta, or even from the not so closed alpha. It's even visible in some of the footage released by DICE. I get a decent just about 70 frames with 1440 and ultra settings. I'm a very lucky person it seems, because other players are often stuck around 20 frames. There's even this joke about the real name of the game, Battlefield 2042 FPS. It's not that my computer is better than everyone else, skills. It's definitely no slouch, but there are way better rigs out there getting worse result. I'll put my gaming PC spec in the description below if you want to compare spec and frames. But it's not just down to FPS, it's also about lagging servers, sudden drops of, well, I'm not really sure of how to describe it. Drops of bullets, hits. It's like things shown and things happening sometimes get out of sync. Not because of lag, or at least not visible such, but well, it just happens. Performance is a must for a game to feel complete and polished. The tolerance for lack of performance won't hang around forever, so that is my number one for what really needs to be fixed. My number two is very much based on that I'm a lucky person. Really lucky. You see, I have friends. Not one, but many. I have more than 3 friends. Maybe some can already guess where this is going. You see, when you play Battlefield 2042, there is no server browser. Ahead of every game there is a matchmaking trying to balance the server, and that is working fairly well in regards to balance. But it also means that if you are not in the same party, you will get split up. And once one party is in the game, converted into a squad, you can't join because the squad is full. The solution that we come up with is that a party of 4 joins the server. As soon as possible, one or more split and others try to join the one that split. Usually this ends up in queue time because the game is usually full at the beginning. When the others eventually join, maybe half the round is gone and so is their friend, because the game has shuffled the squads already. So even if less than 8 players, you end up in at least 3 squads, often with blue strangers that secretly hate you. Or at least don't want to play on the same planet. Since Battlefield 2042 only has the option to leave a squad, not choose which squad to join, it's a complete mess. There is a simple solution for this, however, even with matchmaking, and that is to allow for larger parties. There's no reason for having a limit of number of players in a party, or at least not limit to 4. Just let all friends join in a party, split them up in several squads when they join the server, and keep them on the same server. Either way, there is no longer any connection between who's the party leader and who's the squad leader, and by the way, that is the last person to join the squad. It's very simple actually. Battlefield 2042 is a fun game, it has great potential, but if I can't play with my friends, or if playing with my friends ruins the experience because I'm stuck in queue half the time, well, then I won't play. I don't want to be too negative about everything. I really like having a new Battlefield and I like having specialists with cool abilities. There are definitely flaws in the game and there is a shitload of bugs, but all in all, just like the beta, it's a whole lot of fun. Is it worth your money? In the end, that's individual. Right now the game isn't in a very good state, if we think of actually working properly. My hope is for a really good day 1 patch. But if you can endure that mess of bugs, performance, things that probably isn't really completed, then you have a great experience and arguably that is worth your money. If still in doubt, why don't you try EA Play for a month and get a 3 hours in the game? Try it for yourself. Or check me out when I'm live. Are you ready?
No, I'm dead on the flank.
Not at all. Shut you.
What? I died!
There are guys,
Why did you do
but
that?
I don't know if they are...
It seems like a sadistic thing to do.